welcome to Wine School. I'm Mike. With me as always, Eric. A couple special guests today. We got Daniel and Christo. Welcome guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Today we're going to be drinking a 2012 Domaine Millet Sancerre. And we're going to talk about dropping acid.
All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's what I'm talking about. All right, so you hear a lot of people talk about acid in wine. And so I know, like when I first started drinking wine, I was like, what is this? I don't get it. So try to run this through for you pretty quickly. Here's the way it works. So if you think about fruit, like wine is a fruit. And if you've ever eaten an apple that's not ripe yet, it's very tart, right? It's very acidic. Like you can feel that in your mouth. It's like, But as it ripens, the acid in the apple turns into sugar. And if you eat an apple that's overly ripe, it's very sweet. It's almost too sweet, right? Grapes, same way. As they ripen, the acid in the grapes turns into sugar. And so depending on when you pick and ferment the grapes, you can get a wine that has a lot of sugar in the must or a lot of acid. And so certain types of wine, particularly those that are made in climates that are cold, tend to be higher in acid. And the reason being is colder climates, grapes don't get as ripe, they still have acid in them. So you get wines that are high in acid. Why do we care about acid? Well, acid does an amazing job of cutting fat. So if you pour like a little acid on top of fat, like the two, complement each other very nicely. So wines that are high in acid go great with foods that are fatty. So that's why you'll see, like in restaurants, they'll do a a white wine butter sauce.
Okay.
Because white wines tend to be a little higher in acid, and you mix it with butter and you put it over pasta. And wow,
It's delicious.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what we're drinking today is we're drinking a Sancerre. So this is a Sauvignon Blanc. And this is from the Loire Valley, which is the northern part of France. Really cold there, right? It's a very, very high latitude. And the grapes don't get super ripe. And this wine in particular is known for being very, very high in acid. So when we taste it, that's what we would expect to find. I actually haven't drank this wine, so I don't really know. But I'm assuming that it all works out the way it's supposed to, right? Anyway, so how can you tell acid in wine? Well, imagine if you take a lemon, right? Lemon's very high in acid, and you bite into it. What's going to happen? What's going to happen in your mouth?
It's going to coagulate, pucker,
Yeah, it's going to... And
get a burn around your tongue maybe or something.
exactly. And more importantly, the sides of your tongue will water. You'll start to salivate. I mean, you picture that. You can feel it almost on your tongue now, just even thinking about biting into a lemon, and the whole sides of your tongue will start to water, right? So when you drink a wine that is high in acid, same thing will happen. You're just a saliva explosion in your mouth. All the way down the sides of your tongue, it'll just start to water like crazy. And that's what we should expect to find. So let's drink it and find out, shall we?
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Right, just all the way down.
Yeah. So it all worked out. Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Yep. And so this wine would be awesome with any type of dish that was high in fat.
Yeah. Let's just eat butter right now.
Lard.
Or lard.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So interestingly enough, so for me, one of my tells for Sauvignon Blanc, because it's from the Cabernet family, is I always get that green bell pepper jalapeno kind of flavor. And if you want the really wine douche version of that, it's actually isobutyl methoxypyrazine is the compound, or what I like to call it pyrazine. But basically it's green.
The extra wine douchey part.
That's the extra douchey part.
Nickname that.
But so you'll get a little bit of that on this, right? You get a little kind of hint of green bell pepper, green jalapeno-ish.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I get almost all the time from Sancerre is lemon. I always get like a really kind of lemony flavor to go with that, and I get that on this too.
Well, I said lime.
So for me, it's
But yeah,
lemon,
it's-
but
yeah.
everyone sort of interprets it their own way. I mean, what do you get,
Yeah.
Daniel?
I'm getting lemon, definitely.
Lemon with that little bit of bitterness at
Yeah.
the end of it. Right?
Yep. And you could, then you just feel the waterworks going down the side of
Yeah.
your tongue.
Yeah.
So
It's good though.
It's
good,
good.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the wines from the Loire Valley. And when you go to France, there's places you can spend a ton of money on wine in France, and the Loire tends to be a lot more affordable, and the wines there are just delicious. This Sauvignon Blanc, if you like Sauvignon Blanc, it's fantastic. So, 2012, Domaine Millet, Sancerre, Sauvignon Blanc. It's great. So, thanks for joining us. Today's wine school, by the way, brought to you by Physiostik. Check it out. One of the best new inventions for getting loose and getting your body fit. goldenspiralwellness.com. And we're going to go out to another song by Awesomocity. This one, Little Misrepresentation. So 30 Seconds of Craziness coming at you right now. Thanks for stopping by, and stay classy.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for having me.